Hi fantasy managers and welcome to FPL Team Talk. So in this video I'm going to go through my team selection for game week 27. I am going to talk about my chip strategy moving forward, and I have 2 transfers, so I will be making one this week. We'll also have a look at captaincy. So if you enjoy these sort of videos, please give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and in the meantime, let's crack on. Before we have a look at my transfer plans, I just want to quickly go over game week 26, which was mixed bag, but overall I got tiniest of green arrows, and I've got to be grateful for that, I guess. Decent week in terms of captaincy for Haaland. He returned, that was great. Watkins, Saka, just been brilliant lately. Foden, strange enough, my biggest differential was really Ake. I only brought him in at the last minute when I heard he was starting in game week 24, I think it was, instead of Akanji. So he's been brilliant since then. He's got 6 points, and he was one that possibly moved me up more than anyone else. Bowen affected my rank a little bit, it went down. Areola, no clean sheets for him, but neither did Dubravka. And I suppose, crucially, I did just get out 11 players. They all played, all started in fact, so I can't complain about that. And it was, like I said, a tiny green arrow, and I moved up in rank to 182k. Got a lot of money in the bank, 5.9. Remember, I've used my free hits. I've just got my wild card left and my triple captainship. So we're in a decent position, 2 free transfers. And as you'll see in a minute, we're going to really plan now towards game 29 and those doubles and blanks later on the season, and thinking about when to use my wild card. And my strategy is all around that. And I do have some thoughts. So to wrap up, game week 26, decent, small green arrow, I'll take that. Let's take a look at how we're set up for the following game weeks. So this is how my side sets up for game week 27, and I'm pretty happy with it, but I've got 2 transfers, so I do need to make one, and I need to start planning for game week 29. My plan has always been all along, with just the wildcard chip left and triple captain chip left, is to wildcard in game week 30. If I can get through 30 without having to wildcard, or I can leave it to 31, even better, because then I can start taking advantage of some City and Arsenal players when they're not playing each other. So that has always been my plan. But 29 is the stumbling block. With only 4 fixtures in game week 29, how am I going to negotiate it? I've got to start thinking about players that I need to bring in for that fixture. So the side looks decent. My captain armband, at the moment, I'm going for Saka. I think Arsenal's form and the amount of goals they score against Sheffield United and the goals they concede just makes sense. I know a lot of people will be going on Haaland, and that's the next option. Backing against him seems always very risky because of his high ownership and the damage he can do. But despite the fact that City have scored 6 in midweek, they've battered Man United last couple of seasons, and they can definitely do it again. God, in the back of my mind is that Man U performance against Liverpool earlier in the season, where they went to Anfield, kept them out. Just wonder if they're capable of doing that again. I'm not expecting them to keep a clean sheet, but could they just restrict Man City to 1 or 2 goals? I think that's definitely possible. Whereas, will Arsenal score 2 or 3, 4 against Sheffield United? I think that is more than possible. So I think just logically, my head tells me Saka will do it. It's a bit more exciting as well, if I'm honest, going against the flow, but it could backfire. But right now, don't know, if I'm feeling brave and keep that courage up, I think I'm going to go for Saka away at Sheffield United. The rest of the side looks decent. There are issues in terms of, will Porro be fit? Will Solanke, who's got a flag on him, be fit also? If Porro's fit, I think I'll bring him in instead of Cash, because Cash isn't 100% guaranteed to start, because Konsa's back in training. Pau Torres reportedly might be fit for the weekend, so Konsa could return to right back with Pau Torres in centre back. Cash then loses his place, which would be difficult because that's one less player than I'd have in game week 29. And then Solanke's also got a flag, so we need to keep an eye on that. If there's doubts about him playing, then yeah, my transfer would come in, and possibly I'd end up benching either Foden or Palmer, which seems ridiculous, but I do have to use one transfer. For game week 29, this is how I'm set up at the moment. I've got the captain's armband on Richarlison. That probably isn't going to stay that way, but I've got 6 players. No, sorry, yeah, 6 players coming in that fixture with 2 transfers in the bag. Use 1 this week, 2 in 28, 1 in 29. I could get up to 10, assuming they all play. Something could quite easily trip up and happen there. But right now, I'm fairly happy. I'm not going to wildcard. in 29, that is it. So whatever I end up with 9, 8 players in 29, possibly take hits to boost that up, then I would do that. 30, if I can get away without wildcard in 30, I will. And I think I can. Arsenal are playing Man City, so I don't want any of their players, but I can start moving some of their players out, especially City players out, after the Man United fixture, because they'll have Arsenal, as we can see, in 30, blank in 29, and Liverpool in 28. So I think I don't need... I'm happy to go without Haaland for that 3-week period. Have money invested, that's the only problem. I would want him back. But at this late stage in the season, I think I've just got to put points over transfer profit, and just got to put the points on the board and get high rank as I possibly can. So 30 would be right, and then I would wildcard in 31 when I know all those doubles anyway, not necessarily the order, but I will know who is doubling. So that's the plans. Who do I bring in this week? Son is my number one priority. In terms of strikers, I'm just not interested in taking a striker out. Solanke doubles in 28. I've got Haaland, who I'm not taking out for Man U, and Watkins already plays in 29, so that's not a problem. It's midfield. Son's online stats have been brilliant all season. We know how good he is in general anyway. Fixtures look decent. Crystal Palace at home, no Guerhi. Score goals. Away at Villa, I can see Tottenham scoring goals there. Fulham and Luton, good fixtures. I've got the cash. I just think on pens, 90-minute man, he just looks brilliant. I think I just want Son. The other options are possibly the following week is to go for Jared Bowen. You know, very similar, not on pens, decent fixtures, not as good as Son, I would say. But wow, look at that goal threat. Almost all these threat is through goals. Great season he's having. Scored a hat-trick last game. Don't think that's going to have made any difference to my opinion. It's great that he's back in form, I guess. But he's just, for his minutes, set and forget for the next 3 or 4 weeks. I just think he's just such a good player. Playing up front for West Ham. We know he's going to play in week in, week out. The other option for all the teams playing in 29 is Spring Bailey. Now, he's played 8 out of the last 9, and his underlying stats have been brilliant this season. He's more of an assist threat. There is always the threat of Diaby getting minutes. That's what I think nags me in the back of my mind. So, Leon Bailey, new contract, cheap as chips, but the money just isn't a problem at the moment. Away at Luton's great fixture. Tottenham, yes, they can score. West Ham, no problems. All Wolves, probably, though, not as good fixtures as Son, I would say. Those are only 3 that I'm considering. Defensively, there's no defenders I think that I really want to go for or see the potential upside between now and game week 29. So if I can't really go for a Bournemouth player because I'd need him playing in 29 and he's not, like I said before, this is the setup. I would possibly, I would have to. I'm not taking Richarlison out. Saka's got a great fixture. Foden I like against Man U, and Palmer's got a decent fixture, but at the moment he's being benched. So I'd have to take out Garnacho, I think. And he hasn't done a lot wrong. So Son comes in for Garnacho. And then I'm considering, do I really want to bench Palmer? I've got to play 3 defenders. So Porro could come in for cash, that's fine. But 3 strikers away at Burnley, then Watkins at Luton, Haaland and Emmanuel. I don't want to bench any of those. I'm almost hoping that Solanke is a slight doubt. But I don't want him to be a doubt because I want him for game week 28 to play both games. So I can then have the whole issue of him coming out and then Palmer comes in. So that could be the way this team sets up, ends up going. I could put Solanke on the bench and play Palmer and Foden. The other thing I could end up doing is just dropping Foden. I just don't know if I want to do that against Man United hat-trick last season. But the effect of it has also is that Son comes in for 29 and now I've got an extra player playing there in game week 29. So Son looks like my pick unless we get any news about anything else, and it's just a benching headache for me after that. Let me know in the comments below what you think. That's it for this one then, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you are thinking of transfers for game week 27. What is your chip strategy? Would love to hear from you. In the meantime, we'll come back at you with a watch list and a team selection video next week. Might put a wildcard together as well. So if you enjoyed the videos, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And good luck for game week 27. I shall see you on the other side.